Hello, my name is Sophie and I work at State Architecture in the Department of Design and Sourcing. In our sourcing department, we deal with exporting goods, items from China to around the world. It could be anything, whatever you want, we can actually export it to you. In the Department of Design, Interior Design, we look into elements and items that would elevate your home, and we can give you advice on how to do it, what to buy, what to get. Renovation, we also do that, and we also have an architecture aspect in the company. However, today I'm going to talk about houseplants, which is one item that one could have in their home that could elevate or upgrade the style or the look that the house would have. So what's a houseplant? A houseplant or a potted plant or an indoor plant is a plant that is grown indoor. Okay, so there are many varieties that you can have into your house. However, three common house plants people like the most are, the first one is an epiphytes, just like this one. An epiphytes is a plant that actually in its natural habitat, it grows on other plants. It's also called a plant on plant. We also have the second family, which is succulent plant, and then we have the cacti. In the cacti family, you find the cactuses, and I know that many of you have seen cactuses before. We had two questions that came in the group last week from Lebo and Inema on how to care about their plants. So one thing that one thing I would say that you have to remember is that a plant usually grows on primarily three elements: sun, water, and nutrients that it sucks from the ground. So these plants, house plants, sometimes will need more caring than plants that actually live in their own habitat. So when you have a plant that is grown into a pot, you have to consider the fact that you probably have to expose it to sun time to time. You will have to water it yourself, but also depending on the type of plant that you have, it will also depend on how many times you have to water it per day or per week. Some plants like the cactus only require you to water them maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, because if you give them too much water, the plant is going to rot, because it has the ability to actually store water. Okay, for the moss example, because a moss, it's a plant on plant, it usually only absorbs, not only, but it usually absorbs its water from the air or the water that is flowing from the plant that it's actually living on. So for example, most of indoor plants, how to water them, the best way is to use a spray. Don't pour water directly on it. Watering spray gives you the ability to actually measure how much you're giving it. And another thing is to remember that it needs nutrients. So I would suggest that you go to your local florist and ask for a nutrients liquid bag. They're usually very small like this, that you pour into the water that you use to spray your plants. Or if you have a plant like this one, like mine, that, remember, just the roots are supposed to be in the water, not the stem. If you put the stem in the water, it's going to start rotting. So when you have a plant like this in the water, I would advise to change the water at least once a week or once every week and a half. And when you pour in new water, also pour in a bag of nutrients that will help the plant grow. And also remember to sometimes take it outside if you have, let's say, a yard, or put it by the window if you live in an apartment for it to actually receive the sun that it needs. And so the plants I said were the epiphytes, the succulent plants, and the cacti are plants that usually grow in the tropical zone of the earth. So like in East Africa, we have a lot of these. So you can have palm trees in your house. You can have this beautiful plant here and many more. I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that you liked it, and we'll share more about plants in the coming days. Thank you and have a nice day.